Penny for your thoughts.
I hate Brenda, and a bad guy hit me in the shin, and I peed all in my pants.
Snuffling a little music can't help. Rockin', rockin' and rollin'. Down to the beach I'm strolling. But the seagulls poke at my head, not fun. I said, seagulls, stop it now. Everyone told me not to stroll on that beach. Said seagulls gonna come, poke me in the coconut, and they did, and they did, had me going like, nothing I could do but yell when these birds attacked me. When I tried to run, I fell, and then these kids started laughing, and then got hit in the neck with a hacky sack. Where'd it come from? Now run, 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 jump. I can be a backpack while you run. Run, 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 jump. Can't stop, put me down. I love to groove and boogie. Yeah.
Great.
Show you some dance moves.
No, I don't want you to.
If I had your giant feet out there on the beach, could have outrun those birds.
You're a psycho wiener.
Let me grab my beater.
Stop it, please. Don't hit me. Please. Don't hit me.
Come on, man, quit that banging.
Hey, what's that stank?
You put a fish in our basket.
Oh, yeah. I forgot I did that.
You owe me an apology.
Just hold your breath and see when the time is right. Birds will back your face. Now run, 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 jump. I can be a backpack while you run. Swing from a hairy vine. I can be a backpack while you climb. Stand on one hand and lift rocks with your special gift. Run, 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 jump. Now breathe. That's good. Like that. Like that. One day I was walking and I found this big log.
And it is time for a president who understands Coldplay is the best band in the world.
That's wrong.
You got that wrong.
No, look,
I got hairy legs. I'm best equipped to beat Donald Trump. That's what your poll said.
Vice President Biden, why are you a better choice than your opponents?
I got hairy legs. Hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. In the sun. Comes up my legs. From the morning until the day's done. Till the day's done.
We are at the end here.
I got hairy legs. Yeah, that's right. You heard what I said. You heard what I said. I got hairy legs. Yeah, man. Watch the hair come back up again. I'm the guy with the best chance to win.
Time is up. Thank
it's
you.
only 66, not up yet.
And Corn Pop was a bad dude. And he ran a bunch of bad boys, a bad crew.
Yes, sir.
And I really was the only white guy they really knew. He said, I'll meet you outside. And I said, what am I going to do? Corn Pop, he can't stop. Corn Pop, he won't stop. Yeah,
That's fine.
I am telling you, it is the definition between an entrepreneur and an employee. The employee goes to the cliff, looks over the cliff, says, is there a balloon down there? Do I lose space? What happens if it hurts? What if I land on my neck? The entrepreneur, they said, when you jump off the cliff, backs up 10 feet to get a fucking run.
This town needs an enema.
Fuck.
Who are you? Where's Commissioner Green?
Come on. You guys just beat me.
Too stupid!
You don't really think you can leave. Things change.
You got me. Who's got you?
Everything changed. And anyone who tells you different is just lying.
You know who this is? This is Mark motherfucking Sylvester.
Yeah. What is going on? Sean, you're here.
Fucking finally.
It worked this time.
I know. Yeah. You have no many times how many times I say that, but for different reasons.
Oh, yeah. The
Yeah.
truth comes out. I
Yeah, I
like
need
it.
pills for that shit.
How you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. Had a lot of drawing done this week with Jay, doing our virtual
Sorry, man.
studio things. Fucking awesome. Getting pages done. Gonna be getting some colored pages at the end of April. So excited for that. And then get ready to launch type 1 and then see where we go from there. But good times, baby.
Awesome.
Good times.
Awesome. Cool things to share here shortly. Man, my hands are freaking cold, dude. Like it is. I tried to run the heaters down here so I could warm up the studio a little bit. Fuck,
I put mine in my pants and that's how I warm it up. And then I go,
oh yeah, just gotta take a big whiff. You gotta do that.
yeah. I don't do that.
No, don't step back now, man. Don't backtrack now. Own
Right.
it. Own it is what you have to do. We are still waiting for our guests to show up, which is it's okay. It happens
okay.
sometimes. So we're gonna roll. We got a conversation we're gonna get to.
But if they don't show,
what?
we'll look at the schedule.
I was just gonna say, wait a minute, what?
Oh, I don't know.
Is there something special?
No, not that I know of. I just show up.
I like it. Jay from Desolate Soul Studios was the first.
Hell, brother.
Says, yes, I'm first. The power of Grayskull is mine. I like that. Very confident young man right there. Duck Bacon's in the house. It's Hail Joe, Hail Sean, Hail Kayla, Hail the chat. Yes.
Hail Duck Bacon. Request Claremont.
I'm sure Kayla might be watching, but she is not on the Thursday shows as of yet. She's a very, very busy woman. Let's see. We got Mighty Magic in the house. Hail to you, brother. Good to see you. We got MB Bonner in the house. Love it. Christopher John, member of the channel. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you, brother. Love you. Let's see. I'm in the chat. I mean, got to know that, got to bring me up. Just come on now. I'm too damn awesome. We got Sooner GM in the house as well.
Hello to you.
One of our great friends.
Yes.
And someone with one of the best shows in CG. Jeremy Ice and Fire is here.
How's it going,
Hail,
brother?
brother.
Thank you for coming by. Fuck
So
yeah.
Lord Crackhead himself. Good to see
I
you.
can't wait to touch a Spark and L with him.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm down because I can actually smoke now. So
yeah.
we need to set that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like sometime, like next time I come over that way, we'll figure something out. We need to set it up. We got Wiley J Draws in the house. If only Luke had been a girl, he wouldn't have had to work to master the Force. That's true. That's very true. He would have just been spontaneous. Could have done it. Mark's in the house says Corn Pop was a bad dude. He was.
Hail, Mark.
From what I hear. Magnificent One is in the house as well. He said, if I can pop it up, what's going on here? Once upon a time, I wish for comics to return to the 90s awesomeness, and thus was blessed with Comicsgate. I love that.
Cheers to that.
I'm glad you were here. Got the queen herself in the house. Amanda B says, ouch, my ears. I'm sorry I yelled. I know. I was a little excited when we went live and Sean was actually here. Because if you haven't noticed, or if you haven't kept track of the last few episodes, his computer is like slow or something. So every time we go live, he didn't know we were live. He'd just be sitting there, dumb look on his face. But he's still good looking. Don't take that wrong. Still good looking, man. Let's see. Did I get everybody? I think I got everybody. Let's see. Where can I watch this CGFW stuff? You can check out 6 a.m.'s channel, 6 a.m. Comics channel, which I don't know if it's called 6 a.m. Comics or not.
I don't know.
You can check that out. Look him up. You should be able to find him. He's got all this stuff in there. We got Chris Graves in the house. Hello.
Hail, brother.
Hail to you, brother. Good to see you. Past Master Dan said, sparking? Yes. Let's do it. Let's do it right now. I got some new stuff I got to try, but I'm not going to do it on stream.
Or in front of me because I get jealous.
Or in front of Sean because, he's jealous.
Don't bang your dispenser. No, never mind.
Oh, Breaking Rad. Give me a second. Okay. Man, yeah, you're a mod in there. You can drop the links. All right, well, let's get the show started.
All right.
It's Thursday night. I'm feeling good. My hands are fucking cold, but welcome to
And stuff. 23 and a half years in the business on a technicality. It might be a little dysfunctional, but we functional. Editor extraordinaire. Hold on, I guess. The Hispanic guy on paper, the creator of Type 1, the only one, except no duplicates.
Jersey's finest, and the cockiest guy, Sean Aaron. And with me, as always, my brother and I.
I'm the very talented, very sexy, very distinguished, always narcissistic, but never vain. Staunch defender of Rob Liefeld and Gina Carano, lover of all things 90s. Joseph Michael Sontag, or Joam Sontag if you prefer, as the Pope likes to call me, JMS. Welcome to the show. And as always, what a fucking awesome show it is we have for you tonight. Because we have a topic that just popped in my head, seeing some random conversations on Twitter. We're going to talk about just being CG, just saying that you're a Comicsgate, guarantee you success as a creator. That's going to be the topic. We're going to jump into that here in a second. Cockiest with a little, oh shit. Calling out there.
I'll take it.
Calling you out. All right, we have guests on. When they pop up, we'll bring them on. But we're supposed to have on Agent Zero, who's got a really good looking book that we'll take a look at towards the end of the stream. Even if he's not here, we'll still pop up the book and take a look at the end of the stream. And Doc Quasar as well, who asked me if he could use Reaper Destroyer on one of his covers for a guest star on the cover. And I said yes, so we'll take a look at that. I think he is actually on Luke Stone's crowdfunding page. What is that? Is that Fund My Comic?
Yes.
Or Crowdfund My, or something like that. I'm sorry, I am horrible with names. We got Jay Lee in the house.
What's up, Jay Lee?
Hello. Good to see you, brother. Jeremy, yeah. And again, chat, I want you to pipe in on this and see what you think. If you're a backer, if you're a creator, I would like to know what your thoughts are on this, because I've seen conversations, I've seen people talk about disappointments and stuff with being a creator of campaigns, maybe not being backed as much, or heavily backed, or not getting the light that they feel that they deserve on the campaign. So
sounds like
we're going to talk about it a little bit. Well, I mean, maybe yes and no. We'll see. No, it definitely doesn't guarantee success. It may have a hinder it in certain cases. That's a great point too. That was a great point too. I think people should realize, and let's just jump into that. So when you jump in, like Sean and I, let's use ourselves as an example.
Sure.
We were not Comicsgate when we first started doing odd stuff. We knew about Comicsgate. It was something that was there. We had friends who were in Comicsgate, but we were just basically doing our own thing.
My best friend's Comicsgate.
Yeah, Mark Polton, so we knew what was going on, but we were just basically doing our own thing. We wanted to talk comic books. That's all this show was supposed to be about. Let's talk comics. Let's have interesting people from the industry on, which is what we originally started out to do. We had artists on, writers, people that we admired and liked to talk to from growing up and seeing them in the industry. And we had quite a bit of good names on the first year, I would say, on this show. And it was great. Good to talk to these guys, pick their brains about the industry stories. And once we decided to go full Comicsgate, and we declared
that door closed.
Yeah, it was, if you notice, we don't have any outside of Comicsgate too many besides Brett Booth. Brett Booth comes on because he doesn't give a shit about a lot of that stuff, and I admire him for that, and I appreciate that. Same thing with Sal Regla. But there aren't a lot of people that will come on anymore. And we're not going to say specific names, but you can go back in the first year.
You could see.
You can go back in the first year and see the guests that we would have on and the guests that we would contact. And it was all like, sure, no problem. Let's do it. Let's set it up. And after we started doing the Comicsgate thing, declaring Comicsgate, because we got such support from the Comicsgate fans on this show, because we had like the Frega on, we had Malin was on one time, obviously Mark Polton came on in the early days, and we just kind of started collecting people from that show. So we had so many Comicsgate people already in the chat. It was like basically we were a Comicsgate channel without actually being Comicsgate.
Yeah.
When we realized we were Comicsgate is when we started having people openly telling us they couldn't come on the show anymore. Because we had too many Comicsgate creators on, So at that point, we're like, okay, doors being
my
closed.
ass. Fuck you. Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, you could tell like the doors being closed to something, right?
Yeah.
And it never was anything that was really, it didn't anger me. It just disappointed me because it's
pissed.
Just Sean. Yeah, we have different personalities. Like you see me get pissed every once in a while, but for the most part, I keep my cool, I guess you could say. It was just more disappointing to me because the whole show was based around trying to talk to, like, we wanted to go out and get friggin', name any professional name that is out there and bring them onto the show. We couldn't do it anymore because of the CG thing. So what Jeremy brought up is very true. One of the things you do when you become a Comicsgate creator and declare that you're a CG or fly the flag, whenever you want to talk about it, there are going to be certain doors that are going to be closed to you from
friendships lost.
Yeah, and that's absolutely happened, more so with Sean than me, because I didn't really have a lot of connections outside of there, but Sean could firsthand tell you some of the stuff that, friendships that he's lost over it, which does suck. It does suck.
I've gained more. Look, let me just throw my
go ahead. Yeah.
The love that's been shown to me over the past few years, and especially with what happened with my mom, I wouldn't trade it for a goddamn thing. I wouldn't trade it for a goddamn thing. I wouldn't trade anybody for that. I've gained more friends because of CG, and even the personal life, real friends. Even like my day ones from back home.
Yeah.
I like this is you are my friends. So I'm more appreciative of that than any fucking else than losing somebody that was just whatever. That's me.
Yeah, 100%. Before we go on, Sheldon Martin's in the house, member of the channel. Hail, brother. Good to see you. How dare you succeed over the big two? Harumph. I know, that's what I'm saying. Here's a point. This is another thing. Yeah, I did see this tweet as well. Wiley J. Draw says Frege tweeted this week about being banned by a certain comics channel, which is Cartoonist Kfab, a channel that brags about being outlaw, hypocritical cowards. Yeah,
fucking nerds.
He had put out something that said that
I don't care.
If you mention his name in the DMs, they'll ban that person. And like, okay, that's petty people out there, right? There's just petty people out there. But one of the ways of being a Comicsgate creator can hurt you is that aspect. Like, you got to know what you're getting into, right? When you dive into Comicsgate, I think there are some people out there, and again, this is not directed at anybody in general, any creators in general. It's just something was on my mind. It's just something was on my mind, and I want to talk about it. But I think there are certain people out there that might just see the success of Comicsgate because you, the backers, the fans of the channels and the backers of the campaigns, come out in full force when you support something that you want to support. And you can see a lot of successes. You see a lot of the names, the Barton brothers, the Diaz brothers, like obviously we know the big guys and we don't need to talk about them, but you see the smaller names, smaller creators are having success doing their thing. And it's all because of you guys. I think sometimes certain, I don't know if you want to call them grifters or not, but just people to see that and be like, oh, I wonder if I can go make money, to the Comicsgate crowd. And so they jump in and
say all the right things, do all the right check marks.
Maybe not even do that. Like, because there's a system in place, right? I feel like CG is really good at sniffing out the grifters, if that's what you want to call them. But the success in CG it's a known formula. And it's been preached before by Bancroft, by Rob Arnold, by John Malin. And it's very simple. You get in the chats. You get to know people. You get people to know you. Send super chats if you want. That's not really required, but you get people to know who you are as a person, and then you'll possibly start a channel. Start a show. It's going to grow very slow. That's just the nature of things. Look, this channel has grown really slow. The original Odd and Stuff channel grew really slow, even though we had a diehard base of people that always came out and supported the streams. But that's what you do. And then by the time you get all that going and you say it's finally time to show people that you have a campaign or you have a product that's going to be coming out, you start to generate more of a buzz and support that way. I think a lot of people just kind of jump in it and be like, I'm going to declare I'm CG. I'm going to do a couple comments on Twitter and I'm going to throw up a campaign. Right. I'm going to throw up a campaign. I'm going to wait for everybody to come and back it, and then when they see that the number's not going up or they see other campaigns, you can never compare yourself to the Ethans and the Malins and the Davises of the world, because those guys they've got a built-in fan base. They're going to get their money. That's unrealistic to jump in and be like, I'm going to be on their level no matter what your book looks like, So if you think you're going to come into Comicsgate and be like, oh, I'm going to hit 100K, 200K, because I have the greatest book in the world, right? So why is CG is going to support this? I'm going to make bank. I think some people have that thought process, and when they come in and it doesn't happen, it's devastating to them, right? And a lot of times you might see people lash out because of that, because they don't really know how to deal with it, or they weren't expecting it, or they feel blindsided, or why am I not seen by CG? Blah blah blah. the usual stuff that you hear people kind of complain about. I think that's one of the biggest ways to kind of tell somebody doesn't really understand what they're doing getting into CG in the first place. Now, that doesn't go for everybody. There's some people that just have some bad luck.
The economy.
I was just going to say the economy. Thank you. The economy.
Right. You said it.
Here's the thing. When I first started backing CG books, and this was before I was like I said, this was before I declared that we were CG, or we declared that we were CG. I still backed a lot of CG books. I backed the Cyber Frog. I backed Graveyard Shifts, Black Flag. I can't remember, but at the time that those were going out, we had a lot of government money flying around. Remember that, Sean? Remember all those checks that were flying around? People were just getting this quote unquote free money from the government.
Now we're paying
for
a
whole nother situation on its own. But there was money burning a hole in my pocket. I'm like, well, shit, I just got a couple $1,000, from the government. I'm gonna go back campaigns. So I would just back campaigns. I'd buy the stuff I wanted. Every once in a while, I'd just grab stuff that I saw that looked cool because I had the money to do it.
Right.
That changed once that money stopped coming in. I think that you had to adjust as a creator to the economy taking a turn like that, because no longer did people have these thousands of dollars of the government's money coming in where you could just back your favorite CG creator. And now you had to pick and choose.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad thing. I've talked about this before on this channel, that competition is a beautiful thing. It breeds success. It pushes you to want to put out the best product you can have. I think there's two kind of creators in the crowdfunding business. There's guys that want to do it for a hobby because they just want to put books out, right? And they're happy with whatever they get. If they have a $3,000 goal or $2,000, whatever, they put it out, they can make a book and they can make another one. They can keep doing it. It's just fun for them. And then there's guys that want to do it for a living. And I think you can really tell the difference, because the the guys that want to do it for a living invest their own money in everything into the campaigns, and they make this stuff look as best as it can absolutely look. I take, for instance, like Diaz Brothers. Their product is always looking great and keeps looking better every time you see them come out with something new. Lost Pages 3 looks phenomenal. I love it. I'm just blown away every time I see art from that campaign. The Barton brothers. We said this before with Quasar. Quasar. Was it Quasar, of course? I always pronounce it wrong because I'm dyslexic.
It might be in their accent.
Regardless, fantastic looking book.
Yeah.
Beautiful looking book. They put time and effort, and a lot of it, blood, sweat, and tears and semen went into making that book, and it came out looking great. So you can tell the people that really, Jeremy's.
Welcome, dear brothers.
I like it. So you see the guys that are in it to win it. Hey, we got Wolverine in the house. Hail. Haven't seen you in a while, brother. How you doing, man? Also, welcome Highway Robbery. Some people have hitched their cart to unreliable creators. That's a thing too. That through CG, we have had some bad apples, right? I have a hard time being the one that talks about this because I still consider myself new to CG, even though I think we've been CG now for about 2 years. I still think that, I still consider myself new to it. Like I wasn't there when the founding of CG. A lot of the lore I really didn't know. So it's hard for me to kind of talk about it in that state because I feel like I really don't, have a leg to stand on, so to speak. We've got Derek in the house. I don't know if I said hi, but
hell yeah.
Well, welcome to doing it for a living. Yes, this is the dream. It is the absolute dream. We got Tarks9, member of the channel, in the house. Hail, brother. Good to see you. Also got the Green Laser, member of the channel. Yes, there were guys who took over 2 years to get books out. That's another thing, right? So we went through this golden age, the golden age of CG, golden shower of CG, where this new thing was happening. It had a lot of steam behind it. Books were coming out. Creators were getting funded, making lots of money. And then we had this phase that went through where books were getting late. Some people were getting pissed off. Backers were getting upset. Like there was like a little bit of a downturn there. So I think rightfully so. I mean, I think even people that have had their books late have said why. Like we know the reasons why.
As long as they're open.
We got Agent Zero now. So we'll bring you up here in a second, brother. No worries.
Mark brings up a great point. Selfishly,
We got Cameron Moon in the house as well.
What's
Where's
up,
Mark?
Cameron? Hell.
Hail, brother. Where is Mark? Let me find that comment. Go ahead and read it while I try to find it.
God damn it.
There it is. No, I got it. You go ahead and read it, man. You're the co-host. Jump on it.
Okay, so I'll do the voice of you because it's towards you first than me.
Get the deep voice going.
No, you and Sean both fulfilled your ash cans. You show you can be trusted. And you know what? That was a big thing for both of us doing the ash cans to show that up and coming creators can deliver in a timely manner. So we can also build your trust while promoting our project. And then so when we're doing our campaign, we're like, here's a date. We're going to do our best to go with that. And then, so far so good. God bless.
It was a calculated thing because we did want to show that you guys could trust us. So that when we did our campaigns, you knew that we would fulfill, whether it was on time or late, whatever, you knew that we were here. Another thing too, with creators, get a channel. Like we said, get a channel.
Yeah.
So people can see you. You never disappear. Nobody ever feels like you're ghosting them because you were on here. We can give constant updates with Reaper Destroyer and Type 1. We can let you know exactly what's going on, any hits and giddy ups, or if we're right on time, all that kind of stuff. Because you see us on a weekly basis. We don't go anywhere. We just don't disappear.
And most of you know where I live now, so I don't want you coming to my house and fucking beating me up.
We got Jeremy says 2019 and 20 were almost the golden years in terms of what was raised in general, and just the general fun of everyone. And just the general fun everyone was having. I don't know why that was so difficult. All right. I agree, though. Hail, Pedro. Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you.
A lot of great creators in the chat I see, as well as some fantastic fans and backers as well. I mean, it's great to see you guys coming out. All 42 of you beautiful people here. Remember to please hit that like, hit the subscribe button if you haven't, hit the bell for notifications so you can tell every time we go live.
And most importantly, hashtag don't forget about Sean. We're going to be launching those t-shirts maybe in May or June. They're going to be fun.
That's true.
We're going to work on it. We're going to make it. It's going to be good. It's going to be our first art and stuff.
Our first t-shirt.
Shop. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see how it does. It's an experiment, but I think it'll be good.
Don't forget about it.
MB Bonner said, okay, who is the Wandering CG King? Wandering CG King. Well, I know Mark Polton should be definitely on there every Monday on the Kings. King. Yeah, he's definitely the Fulfillment King. Should always be on there. Efrain Jesus Interes Pizardo.
I'm only Mexican on paper.
I'm sorry.
Roll my tongue for the
Hello.
ladies.
Hello to you. I'm sorry I fucked your name up.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you for being here. Anyway, I lost my train of thought because we got kind of sidetracked there. But that was just kind of my opening about the conversation. We do have a guest here. He finally jumped in, so I want to bring him up while we are halfway through the show. So welcome to the show, Agent Zero. Just in case we.
Hell.
How's it going? Hope you can hear me.
Yeah, you're good.
Sounded good.
Sounded
good.
Good to finally meet you in person.
Yeah, you too, Sean.
You got Stippling Vaughn and Matt Barr in the house. Hail, brothers. Good to see you guys. Fat Samurai is here as well.
Nice.
Whoop, that is not Fat Samurai. Where does it go? It jumped on me. It jumped on me. Oh, there it is. Yeah, chat jumped on me. Sorry about that. Hail, guys. Hail, all you. So welcome to the show, man. This is the first time we've actually got a chance to talk. I think you and Sean have been on a show together before.
Have
Sean
we?
was telling me.
Yeah, we were. I think. Okay, so I think we were on. No, we weren't.
No, I was. Me and Mark were looking at the campaign for CG Revolution. Yeah.
Oh,
looks awesome. Every Tuesday this weekend. I'm sorry, I apologize.
I was a day late, $1 short on that one. It's like, I didn't know that y'all were going over it till after it was done. I was like, oh well.
That's a good show for going over campaigns.
I hardly know what's going on with everything. I just show up. They're like, this is what we're doing. I'm like, I'm here. Let's have fun. Let's talk about this. No, but no, it was awesome. It was a great surprise. It looks like a really fun, awesome book.
Texas Mofo said, Wandering CG King is some pro that Ethan knows but doesn't want to be outed. Eisner winner too.
Yeah.
I got you. All right,
from Europe, right? Like Europe or...
his name's Mardik Knight, I think, or at least that's what he goes by.
I know what you're talking about now.
He's a riot. He's a riot on Twitter.
I've talked to him a couple times. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I completely forgot about that.
He loves heavy metal. That's
loves it. That's basically what I've talked to him.
Loves it.
Every time I've talked to him, it's never been about comics. It's always been about metal because I was in a band. Spoiler, everybody. I was in a band for a number of years, so we'll just sit there and talk about music. And he knows his music, man. He knows his instruments. Yeah, he's cool. I still don't know who the hell he is, but
So so what, Sean? Are you into hip hop? Is that what it is?
I mean, I like hip hop, R&B, Jodeci.
That's what's up.
Look, I've been to more heavy metal shows because my friends drag them to me, drag me with them, and I had a great time. Mostly I was just there just to get ass and have a good time. I'm like, oh, this band is awesome. Like, so, you know, I remember seeing Seven Dust for the first time, and I've seen them almost 10 times. I love Seven Dust. So, you know, don't let the moisturizer exterior fool you. I can't get down in the pit.
Chris Graves said, I was in talks for what would have been, at the time, a dream come true gig. But once I announced WNP?
Work in progress?
Oh, work in progress with Polton and CG. Total radio
Rise
silence.
in Pain. Rise in Pain.
Oh, Rise in Pain.
Oh,
Jeez.
Rise in Pain.
Chris, you cannot give me abbreviations of just letters. It doesn't work in my brain. It doesn't. Like, tell everybody on this channel, you can't do that.
Jealous.
Fucking wouldn't change a thing. Absolutely, man. And that's the reality of being a CG creator. And that's one of the things that can trip people up is maybe you don't understand what you are going to possibly lose. Let's say you are an indie creator and you want to tap into CG because you think it's another market where you can, you know, get fans and get success for your book, which is not a bad idea. You know, definitely come in because there's great backers and people that want good content. Yeah, good content. So that could happen, but you're probably also on the back end going to lose some people just because of the rhetoric and the narrative of what CG is and the politics and all that kind of stuff. So there's definitely a downfall in that aspect. To us, it's nothing but an uptick, whatever you want to call it. Like, it was the best decision of our lives of declaring being CG and really diving into it, you know, 100% than when we were just kind of on the fringes of it and just saying, fuck the rest, you know, fuck everything else. Let's go full blown CG and we're in it, you know, and let's put out our books, because this is where not only have we made some amazing friends and people that are in the chat that show up every week. And thank you guys again. Thank you to the chat. We love you guys. I don't know if I've said it in a while, but I used to say it all the time. I don't know if I've said it enough recently, but we love the support that you guys give us all the time throughout the last 2 years that we've been here doing what we do.
We got Rick in the house. Hail, Rick.
Hail, Rick. There he is. Good to see you, brother.
But yeah.
You know, so once we did that, it was no turning back, and it's been great. It's been great ever since. I mean, the channel's been great. It's been fun shows. You know, I launched Reaper Destroyer. I would not have had that success with Reaper Destroyer without you, without Comicsgate, without you backers, without all the friends and people we've met and made over the years. That's 100%. You know, I owe it all to you guys. You know, and that makes me want to continue to produce the best I can for you for the next book, to get this book out on time, or you know, and to get on to the next book. So that's something we willingly took on. But I think sometimes maybe some creators don't necessarily see it that way, or they don't get the results that they want, so they lash out a little bit. They're like, why not me? You know, why am I not getting the eyes on my project? Why aren't backers coming, you know, and backing my product?
Why am I not getting onto the bigger shows?
That too,
you know,
yeah.
They don't owe you a goddamn thing. All right, maybe.
Hail, Israel Garcia.
Hail. Maybe you don't have a personality. Maybe you don't. No, it's honest. Let's be honest.
No, that's a great.
Maybe you can't talk on shows. Maybe your shit sucks. I don't know. I'm not on them.
We're talking from guys that aren't on them either. You know, it's
but,
like,
you know, don't feel fucking entitled just because you started your show, you got a book coming out, and like you're not whatever. Like, relax. You just gotta work harder. Like, let that inspire you to work harder, to be a better showman, a better writer, artist, illustrator, creator. You know, like, it's all on you. Like, this is, you know, there's just so much people to do.
I'll direct this to you in a second, Justin, because I don't want to keep talking when we have a guest, but I've said it before.
It's your show.
I've said it before.
Yeah, it is. Somebody realizes
on this channel
recognize
that if you are a creator, your goal should always be just put out the best product you can and count on yourself.
Yeah.
Don't come into this arena thinking that just because you proclaim CG and you're wearing the t-shirt and you're flying the flag and you're going out there on Twitter and tagging CG and all your stuff, that all of a sudden
what you say on
all of a sudden you're
shows.
going to be on, you know, Ethan or Malin's or Mandy's and like all the, like, don't expect that that's going to happen. Right. Always take what you can control in your own hands first. create a great product, get out there, make your own channel, get people to know you, make people recognize you. And then if you get support from the big names or the medium names or the smaller names like us, then it's a blessing. It's frosting on the cake of everything that you've already established for yourselves. You're not saying like, I'm going to go into CG, I have to get on Ethan's, because if I go on Ethan's channel, I'm going to get 100K. And then it doesn't happen. You're like, well, why isn't Ethan inviting me on my channel? You're on his channel. Why isn't he doing this? Why isn't he doing that? It's the wrong attitude. If that's the attitude you have coming into this space, it's the wrong attitude. And I'm telling you right now, you're already setting yourself up for failure because you're not controlling what you can control right off the bat.
Absolutely.
Justin, how long have you been doing the crowdfunding thing right now for Agent Zero? Let's get to know you a little bit.
Yeah.
And have you run into any of these
What's your favorite color?
It's lightning round.
Yeah.
All right, so you're asking me like how long have I been crowdfunding for Chrome Dog?
Yeah, we're just doing your own thing, like coming into the crowdfunding sphere, being CG, doing all this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So for CG, I've only been here for about a year, and even then, it was just it was one of those things. What? Oh.
He's like, not everyone could be a geek.
Yeah.
Shout out to Noah.
True.
But yeah, I came in here from another creative space, which was role-playing games. I was kind of helping to create role-playing supplements for different games like D&D. Not the same.
Oh, interesting.
Similar.
Oh, I got
similar
you.
Concept. And so, but I was inspired by several creators, including Eric July, when he said he was announcing that he was going to create a comic book. I felt like I can certainly try my hand at it. As far as like being able to use this medium to tell stories. And then once he mentioned EVS one day, and so I was like, "Who's that?" And so Ethan Van Sciver. And so I did a Google search, found him on YouTube, and then I started watching CG Kings, and then I kind of, as I started to kind of hang around these circles, I felt like I finally found my people. As far as just the creative, the whole creative like vibe that everybody has, and it just kind of, it really inspired me to say, okay, I'm going to do this. And so I just I kind of set pen to paper, so to speak, and started writing my own script. I learned from scratch, trying to figure out how this all works. And
nice.
Next thing you know, I get with with Luke Stone. Of course, he's my artist on
good dude
on Chrome Dog, but he helped me figure out the character designs for a couple of characters, and then eventually he pretty much nailed what Chrome the overall look of Chrome Dog.
Right.
But the important thing I've learned since I've been in this space is that humility goes a long way, and always be grateful for everything you get, because you are 100% right when someone enters any space and they think that they're entitled to all the benefits and none of the sacrifice or none of the hard work that it takes to like get there. And then even like if people start kind of paying attention to them a little bit, if they're not grateful for that reception by anybody, then they're doing it wrong. You have to have that grateful attitude, because at the end of the day, we're all out here, striving, trying to make things happen, and the only people that are up so high, like Ethan and Reenie and
Malin and Davis and
Malin, because they've been in the business for a long time. They're professionals. They conduct themselves professionally. Yes, there kayfabe in it's all part of the fun. It's all part of the the, I don't want to say the act, but it's all it's just playfulness, right? But
there's definitely a lot of that.
They get real offended, and they think that people are actually they actually have beef with each other, when it's all just part of the fun. It's all part of the show. We're all and just like any other social group or pack, if you will, people we'll make up. We're like a family. It's no different than having that crazy uncle or that crazy cousin coming to Thanksgiving dinner. One year you're at each other's throats, and the next year you're sharing beers and stuff. So I mean So there's a certain camaraderie here. And so if people don't find that camaraderie, well, they need to kind of check themselves. And it's like, okay,
Great point.
Am I coming? What am I trying to do here? Is it all about me, or am I actually here to help others? Lift other people up and help them succeed.
That's a great point. I don't mean to interrupt you, but you just brought up a really great point there, because besides us coming in as creators, trying to get our product known and jump on other people's streams and promote ourselves, I do think there is an obligation, so to speak, to you reciprocate that. So that's why I tell people, like, make a channel so that you can also bring on, regardless if you're a small channel or you're a growing channel or you're a big channel, it doesn't matter. It's still a platform for a creator to come on and talk about their book a little bit, or at least, the very least, have the chat be able to get to know you. Because I think that's a huge thing, that they can come in the chats and we can have fun. We can bust each other's balls. You can see what someone's personality is, and you get to know that person as who they are. Get on camera. It's not necessary, guys. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that host shows that aren't on cameras, that are completely fine. You don't never need them to be. But if you have a chance to, and you can, get on camera, let people know who you are and how you're like. It can help sell you a lot better than just showing up, declaring CG, and say, boom, I got a campaign.
Yep.
Come back it. Where's my support? Where's my money? Let's go. And by the way, real quick, Fallen Low Life, member of the channel. Hail, brother. Good to see you. I just want to shout you out there real quick.
Well, and look, any channel isn't small. Like, get out to as many of them. Like, I remember when people were like, I got to get on art and stuff. I was like, why? All right, cool.
Dr. Fatty Pants.
But it doesn't matter. Like, any show, they might have different people watching. Just get the word out. Like, spread yourself like the clap. So.
Hail, Lord, small creators need to learn how to promote themselves. Yeah, that's a big thing. Big thing to promote yourself. It's not the easiest thing in the world. It's something that comes with a little bit of experience of learning how to do it. Sean and I are still not the best at doing it. We're still learning to kind of how to do it. Simply Vaughn says, you got it, Joe and Sean, to shout out, or you got it, Joe and Sean, shout out my channel even wrench me so I can share it myself. That's a thing too. Like, we have a channel here. It's not a huge channel. It's a growing channel. I think we're like 1,600, almost to 1,700 subs. But if we see a creator in here and you're in the chats a lot, we'll mod you up so you can drop your own. Like, if you're a creator in this and you're modded, don't feel bad if you drop a link to your own stuff. We want you to be able to do that. That's why you're a mod. So you come in here.
If you do it more than 5 times in like 10 minutes, but it's all love on our end.
Yeah, if you got a campaign live, something's coming up, drop it in the chat. Like, that's why we mod you up. Besides, also dropping other people's campaigns as well.
So you want to hear a funny story?
Oh,
absolutely.
Okay. So do you know Hyper Wizard?
Sounds familiar.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. So he'll do live streams during the day, right? And back before I got this like totally covered up at work, I was able to kind of hang out in the chat and this and that, and it was in the beginning, right as he started doing them, and so he gave me a wrench, and it's kind of become a game where I'll get on there and it's almost like I'll promote his other projects that he has going on, and then I'll promote some other people or whatever, and he's kind of like it's almost like he's waiting for me to promote my own book, and he's like, oh, there he is. And then there's sometimes where I don't have time for anything except promoting my own thing, and then he calls me out. He calls me out about it, but he does it in a tongue-in-cheek sort of way because he knows the score, but at the same time,
I was just going to say, that's what's great about CG is that we can also be playful and bust each other's balls while doing it. Nobody gets offended. It's just, it's guys being guys, as Malin would say. Hojo said, I can promote the fuck out of myself. I just don't have a channel because it's too much work. I'm a true Generation Xer, period. I bum off my friends.
I mean,
Hojo. Love you, brother.
Hojo's a brother, man. He and I both, we see
Hojo's great.
I think, with that. But like, I've threatened on so many occasions of starting my own channel, but I'm just like I can't. Like, the thing is, I've got to dedicate the one night a week to doing it, and it's just
that's all you just start out with one night. That's it. It's just too much to do in the nightly thing.
Yeah, I know, and I've got so many other things that I need to focus on, but at the same time, it's like, I really need to make it happen. And so, so my campaign's kind of suffering for it. But, hey, so yeah, I'm planning in the next few months, especially when I have more art to show. And I think for me,
it's a huge thing. That's something we got to talk about.
Here's something you might appreciate, Sean, but I blew my wad with my 10 with my 10. Well, only because
I do like 3 times a day.
But I did it with the PDF Ashcan because that's really all I've got. Like all the art that I'm showing is all that I have currently. And it's like the funding has to come in so that I can, get Luke on more.
That's what crowdfunding is there for,
And so it's kind of one of those things where I've been a little gun shy because I don't want to wear too many people out about the art that I currently have because I want to show them something fresh.
I feel you.
I want to show them something new.
I feel you.
I want to bring, bring bring the rain, so to speak, as we move along. I do want to say this about succeeding with crowdfunding, especially now that, and I don't know if you guys have talked about it, but now that we have alternative funding platforms like Fund My Comic, which Luke Stone is also very much a part of. I was on Twitter and one of the people that I follow, and he follows me, Lucius. I can't remember his full name.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
But he brought up yesterday to me, and I hadn't actually even thought about it. But I had it. I was under the assumption that it was like, okay, Indiegogo is playing fast and loose with so many people. They're letting you get all, letting some creators get all the way to the end, and right when they're about to disperse, they're like, oh no, we're canceling, we're refunding everybody. Your campaign's going, blah, 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 right? They're doing all kind of funny business, and I don't like that. And the only reason I was on Indiegogo to begin with initially was because Fund My Comic wasn't ready, But what I fail to realize is a lot of people feel like it's not ready now. And so some people, they're like, at least with Indiegogo, they know exactly what they're getting. With Fund My Comic, is still so new and so fresh that they don't really want to take the leap to go over there. And so it's kind of like, so what I was going to do is whenever my 60 days is up, which I think we're down to like 5 or 6 days now, I was going to just not go in demand and strictly be over on Fund My Comic, but Lucius said that he would only back on Indiegogo.
Some people
he's
are like
he's
that.
One of those folks, and so I'm like, I hadn't even thought about that, and I mean, what do I lose? I mean, what's the risk, right? It's like with I'm already in with Indiegogo. We're already almost at 3,500, which is the stretch goal on Indiegogo.
Nice.
Right. Even though I'm honoring the stretch goal being met because I'm cross-platforming. So we've already reached 3,500 total funding goal, beyond that now. But I think I did. I checked the box to opt back into in demand because I guess to me greater the risk, greater the reward, maybe.
Hey, I think at this point, with all the stuff that we've seen creators go through, where we thought Indiegogo was a safe haven for CG campaigns, and it turned out that it's not.
Right.
I think you go where you go. Where you can get backers, especially if you're trying to make a living on it. I will not fault anybody for going and trying to get as many backers as you can. Different platforms. You got Indiegogo, you got Kickstarter, you got Fund My Comic. All these different platforms. Try it out. Why not make your own website? Do what you can.
Last year, if you would have asked me, would you think about doing Kickstarter? I'd be like, hell no. But now with everything going on, I'm gonna do Indiegogo, Kickstarter, go Fund My Comic. I'm gonna go kick out
OnlyFans.
I'm gonna kick out the girl. I'm gonna kick the Girl Scouts out of the grocery store. Be like, you don't want diabetes? Buy the diabetes comic book. I'm gonna go everywhere. Instantly cheap, baby.
You're gonna sell feet pics and all that.
Oh yeah. Let's do it. Pastmaster Dan said Nut and Honey. I was wondering, is this a nickname for the boobs?
Oh, for Kayla's titties?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I like those.
Jerry Rasco's in the house, says, hey, fellas, these days the best new stuff is coming out of crowdfunding and indie creators. It's clear that is where the passion is. 100%. That's actually something Justin brought up that I wanted to say earlier. is that how can you come into this space and not be inspired by everything else that's going on as a creator?
Right.
Come into the space and see all the other creators putting their stuff out, especially when it gets out. You know, like I can't wait to get Reaper Destroyer out because I want to have that feeling of getting the book out, getting into the hands of the backers, and to start getting the feedback, and then working on the second campaign so I can, you know, show people new stuff. You know, like.
Right.
But when you get in that creative space, if it's not something that's really driving you forward to do your best and to put out the best that you can possibly get, then you know maybe it's not. Maybe this whole thing is necessarily not for you as far as you know being in it to being in it to really make a living. You know, maybe then that's you stay in the hobbyist, hobbyist kind of creator. You know, but if you are a hobbyist creator, you cannot get upset at the success or failure of your campaigns. You just can't. Right. You can't, you know, like that's, and I don't want to tell anybody how to feel or how to think, but it's just,
I will.
If Sean will definitely do that. Yeah, Sean will definitely do that.
Bitch.
But, you know, there's a lot of people that make investments in themselves, heavy financial investments in themselves to try to make the best product you can. Like, and I've said this before, Reaper Destroyer, I wanted to create something that you could see on the shelves next to Marvel DC Image, you know, like quality wise. That's what I want. Like, so when you get it, when you read it, art, colors, you know, story, character design, everything is as quality as I can make it that I can control. Like that's what I want to do, and I won't settle for anything less. And I see other creators out there that do that, and I'm seeing those creators having the success because they're putting out something that someone sees on art. If you can sell something on art alone, like I know story is a big thing, obviously, but if you can put up an image of your character or your book, and someone in the chat that has never heard of you before, but they see that and they're like, wow, that looks really fucking awesome. You've almost sold them right there because that looks so great. The product looks so great that you can almost count that they're going to back your book at some point. And then you get into the story and everything else, you know, later, and you really cement that backer. But visually, we live in a visual medium for making comic books. If it doesn't look good, it is what it is. You know, that's all I gotta say. Go out there and spend the money on the artist. If you're a writer, go get the best artist that you can.
You got to invest in yourself. Like for both me and Joey, like beforehand, we're investing our own money into getting it ready. Like as far as still we don't read anyway, so Rick's up around it.
I hope that sooner.
Yeah, man. No, but like, look, we're going out there. We're gonna. Well, Joe's went to get pages pre-colored. I'm getting pages pre-colored before I even launch the campaign, so you can see a visual. I don't want to say representation, but a visual of what you're gonna get in the book. And like that could be buying insulin. Insulin ain't cheap. Remember, sign up for Type 1 on Indiegogo.
Hashtag don't forget about Sean.
Don't forget about Sean. But no, you gotta invest in yourself at the end of the day before doing anything. Before you show
Kayla.
out.
She said, get your books everywhere you can, grow your audience, make all the money you can get, or all the money you can, get in the shops, do what is best for you and what you want to build. That's 100% true. Luke, hail Luke, good to see you. Says, covers sell, that's always been true in publishing. 100%. And I'll say this, the caveat to or the second part of that is covers sell, but make sure that the interior art is quality with the cover. So the last thing you want to do as a creator is go get the new hot artist to come do a cover, and it just looks spectacular. And then the interior art is on a lower level, you know. That's the first thing people are going to turn away. I do that. You know, if I see a cover by somebody, I'm like, fuck, that looks badass because the way they depict it looks great. And then I see the interior art, and I'm just like, I know I'm not going to be interested in reading this. So as much as I love the cover, I'm still not going to back the book, you know. So when we're talking about go find the best that you can find, because there's talent all over there, all over the place. You know, there's talent. You just got to find it. You got to look for it. But there's talented artists that just insanely talented, that blow me away all the time. Like we saw, you know, Noah, for instance, talented artist.
Definitely. And he's only going to get better. He's only 18, and he's put out more comic books than most of us here.
Yeah, the Art Jedi that we just had on, you know,
Josh.
Fantastic, Josh.
And
so
he's just starting it.
He's just you can find it. You know,
and you can probably lowball them too because they don't know what's up.
Pay them what they're worth,
right?
Because it's going to bring the dividends.
Yeah.
Dividends.
Dividends.
Is that a real word? Sounds weird. Sounds weird coming out of my mouth. It's going to bring the dividends in the end. When when it comes to the return, because you're going to put out something that people are going to want to read. You know, we look at the mainstream art and we see it as trash. It's boring, it's lifeless, it's soulless. You know, do not put out the same when you're in this indie scene. When you're in Comicsgate, you have an opportunity to provide something that the comic book reader isn't getting in the mainstream, and they come over here and they actually get it. That's what we're all trying to do with our art. And same thing with Justin. You went out, you found a good artist, you put it on the book, you put out a good product, and that's what you need to do, you know. And the rest will come. The rest will absolutely come. Sometimes it builds slowly, sometimes it builds quick, sometimes it goes quick and then goes slow. It's no one, I think, has really figured out this crowdfunding game yet. We're all just still learning, you know. Like there's no guarantee that Reaper Destroyer issue 2 is going to do as good as issue 1. I hope it does, but there's no guarantee it is. It could come out and fall flat on its face. I have no idea. So you live and die, but the best you can do is go out there and put the best product on the shelves, if that's what you want to call it, that you can.
Yeah, what he said.
For
Yeah,
sure.
what I said. I'm not falling a banana. I'm not falling a banana in my tailpipe with that cover bait. Yeah, absolutely. Kayla said the art is shit because the stories are absolute shit. Yeah, the mainstream, absolutely. I'm sorry, Justin, go ahead.
Well, no, you mentioned on the shelves with Marvel, DC, and Image, right? And the thing about Image these days, from what I've noticed, is you might see a cool cover or a cover that even like may not even it has intriguing art, I would say, and then like it's just like you said. I mean, you open it up, it's like, what is this? The interiors are just, I mean, Phone It In doesn't even quite explain what you're actually looking at. And, and the thing is, it's a diamond in the rough. Like if you find a decent book, you know, that Image puts out, again, I mean, I know what Image is about these days. From what I understand, they're like a vanity press. As long as you're like ready to go and you got that extra money, you'll, you know, and you go to them, then
pay to play.
You know, exactly. And like, and I get that. That's cool too. Let's see. I think I might have some of my folks leaving now. But anyway.
We got Jasper playing 9 in the Hell.
What's up, Jasper?
Hail, brother. Good to see you. Thank you for being here, as always.
But yeah, and that, you know, and that's really what motivated me big time to create my own universe and to start this journey with Chrome Dog, and I'm looking real forward to getting people to read the entire book, not just the first 10 pages.
Yeah, yeah. We'll jump into the campaign here in a second and take a look at it. Lord Nemesis said, "I never pay people what they're worth because I'm a cheap bastard." Hail everyone. Hail you, brother. Hail you. I like it. Good attitude. You're gonna go far, son. I like it.
Don't let him hold you back.
I can't wait to show everybody the cover I got for my book by my man Adelso Corona. Nice get. Talented artist and inker. Dude is the shit. All right, we're gonna take a look at Agent Zero's Chrome Dog here in a second. Why isn't that popping up?
Let's see. There was something else I wanted to say about CG success.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh,
that's what we're here for.
So yeah, I mean, and it's taking the leap and just letting it be, and saying that you're planting that flag in the ground, right? And you're saying, okay, I'm with these people, and I don't have to be exclusively with these people, but it kind of becomes that way because the people outside look at us and say, you're not like us now. And
yeah, pretty much.
I think that's,
you got snitches.
That's the hard part. It's kind of like, oh, well, I didn't realize that I was already Dan Slott's enemy. And I was like, well, I actually admired him as a writer, and now I'm like, now it's a badge of honor to know that I'm blocked by him because I never had any interaction with him.
There are people out there that are just gonna hate you because why can't I fucking talk tonight?
I'll be right back.
Ideology or whatever, ideological, whatever that word is.
Yeah, there you go.
They're opposed to you just because of the very essence of what they think things are, and that's whatever. they're lost. You know, they're closed-minded people. You know, like it's to try to worry about that does nothing. The problem is that you just have to get used to people disliking you purely because you say Comicsgate or you're CG or you share some CG thing. You know, it is what it is. People that aren't CG that share CG stuff will also get attacked. It's the weird world we live in today. You just got to say, fuck them, and move on, do your own thing. But I did want to get to this comment real quick. I saw a little earlier, J-Bot Art Hail Brother says, it's my biggest peeve, when an artist uses other artists to promote their work on Twitter and their interiors are booty. Yeah, it's variant covers are great if it helps sell the quality you already have. You know, like don't go out and get a Dale Keown cover if your art looks like very amateur and expect the book to sell just off the cover. You know, it's with creators. I also think there's a pride thing because us artists, we have egos, right? You know, we all want to think that we're the shit no matter what. Sometimes you have to take a step back and look is your art on par for actually selling this book? Right. You know, or could you swallow your pride and hire a better artist than you are at this point so that you can actually sell this book and put the quality out that you want to put out? You know, that's something that I think some people should consider in all things, writing, art, anything. Like if you are not on par, but you want to do this for a living, you want to sell a product, you know, get the best you can get. You know, I brought in a lot of people on the book that are way better than me at what they do so that the book could be better than I could do at the time when I was making it, you know, and that was just what I want to do. I had to swallow my pride, be like, well, I know I'm not the best at this right now. I need to bring in somebody that is so that my dream can be achieved, you know.
100%. Invest in yourself. Always
invest in yourself. Hashtag don't forget about Sean.
Don't forget about Sean.
Crack Packs back and F Danny slot. That's true. That is true. Bow. Love it.
Danny slot.
So let's see. Chrome Dog #1.
Chrome
Dog. We got 5 days left with 75 backers with $3,495 raised. Got this awesome cover by Aaron Lepresti. A virgin cover, nonetheless. I love virgin covers.
That is so powerful.
That is great. Look at that gesture.
That's Scratch, aka Chrome Dog. He's throwing down with this big bad guy named Seether. Yeah, it's the climactic battle on a ferry that's going across a really choppy water and the rain's coming down and stuff. And yeah, he's trying to defend and kind of run interference while some victims escape. We'll say. I don't want to give too many spoilers away, but yeah, he they wind up throwing down, and so we'll see what happens.
It's a cool character design. I like it.
Badass.
And drawn very well by Aaron Lepresti, which, by the way, is kicking ass, as we all can see. Like, he's a fantastic artist. I didn't actually really hear too much about him until he got to CG because I was never a really big DC guy. Yeah, and I think he spent most of his career at DC, but
beautiful
since
stuff
he's
at CrossGen.
CrossGen, yeah. I forgot about CrossGen. Yeah. But since he's been here, I've really enjoyed seeing his stuff. And then you've got Luke Stone, who is the artist of the book.
Yep. And that's
I like Ferris wheel in the background.
Yeah, it shows two moons there.
I was about to say 2 moons. What's going on? Explain.
Yeah, so what I wanted to do, because I created my own. This is my own world, and my own universe essentially, and so what I wanted to do is I wanted to hit the readers just like right out the gate with this is the original cover, and so it shows Lux and Proxima. Those are the 2 moons that orbit this planet that he lives on called Ringgold. But it's not some space age tale. It's just as simple as around 2,000 years prior to the events of Chrome Dog #1, there was a mass exodus of a certain amount of people from this world through a Stargate, and once they got on the other side, because they found a planet to inhabit, they destroyed the Stargate from that side and they started over. And so they named the planet after the head guy that kind of rounded up the different cultures and different folks that came along with them. Because basically this world, let's face it, it sucks. And so this is kind of my way to show, okay, let's start over and see what happens. And so yeah, that's.
Is this why this has like an Anubis kind of look? I'm thinking of Stargate from the Stargate movie, you know.
That's a good question. So what it is so Chrome Dog himself, he was just a guy at some point in space and time. We don't know when, we don't know how, but his consciousness got downloaded into this machine, and he actually had to dig himself up and out because he was fully buried. So the technology that makes up this shell that he inhabits actually is from thousands of years ago of whatever was here on this planet before the mass exodus took place. So like when they got here, like all this, like everything was covered over, like everything was buried, like there must have been something majorly catastrophic, and so this is from a bygone era. And so when he crawls up and out, he's got this suit that is capable of all these different superpowers and whatnot. Now Stippling Vaughn, I'm gonna tell you something. There is something going on with what you're talking about, but I'm not gonna go into it. It's sometime later on. Yeah. Y'all just gonna have to read, Chrome Dog
Gotta have some
2,
teasers.
number 3, But yeah, so this world, the sector that he lives in, is called Epsilon City, or Sector Epsilon, and it is this big megatropolis. And there's an amusement park that I kind of modeled after Pacific Park, over there in Santa Monica. And so this one is Cerulean Park, and it has a Ferris wheel, and it has all these technological things because we're basically in a 1980s, 1990s tech kind of time. So there's no, their cell phones are rare. If they're anything, they're like the old bag phones that you find in cars or whatnot, and not that many people have them. So everyone's got landlines, and they've got pay phones everywhere. So we're kind of stuck in that time period. But this shell that he lives in, this body that he now is, he's able to hack remotely, as long as he's within range of landlines and things like that. So like that's part of his power set. But he's also a heavy like Colossus. So
nice. The Art of Roy, by the way, Hale, thank you for joining us, brother. Says it would be nice if a few of the CG veteran CG artists did some tutorials on how to design a cover and how to do storytelling panel by panel.
Well, I would suggest check out Ethan going over his own shit of the Green Lantern Rebirth, the Flash Rebirth, because he's going over through his panels, his covers, the whole book, and he's giving you a step by step of his in-depth mindset of how he went upon doing what he did. So kind of maybe we don't have that now, but go back and check out his stuff because it's essentially the same shit when you think about it.
Maybe we should do a show on that sometime, storytelling
and listen to how smart we are. I'm all about it.
Well, we're so smart. We are so smart. Yeah, hell yeah.
Smart. You're smart.
Smart.
Plug
How
it.
smart we are.
I did tell you about the time the prostitute was like, "You boys are smart, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm college educated."
So I've got some pages here as well from Luke Stone. What is this character? I'm interested.
So
what this is.
So if you go back up, you'll see that's Chrome Dog. So he scroll up even further. So go yeah, there you go. So this is him, right here.
Oh, he's putting that on.
Yeah,
okay.
this is his first, this is his day job. So he works other jobs. He kind of works odd jobs here and there. But his consistent day job, because he has no need for sleep, and so he just kind of he works in this Cerulean Park, passing out. He's dressed up as Wally the Wolf, and he passes out different little Wally the Wolf trinkets or whatnot, and balloons and this or that, and so it's kind of like it's his way of trying to keep an eye on some of the people there. There's actually been a rash of different young people disappearing. The media blames it on runaways. But some of the children that are missing are a little too young to have ran away, and so there may be a cover up and this and that. So he's kind of trying to get to the bottom of that, but he's also he has a soft spot for kids, and so and I'm sure as we go along, we're gonna find out why that is. I'm not sure if we're gonna get there within the first 3 issues, which is the planned story arc that I have right now.
I'm gonna guess he was a parent at one point. That's what I'm gonna say.
And that's yes. So he certainly was, but he doesn't know who he doesn't know who he was. He doesn't know where he's from, and right now he's got this Siri-like character. We'll say she's a virtual intelligence that's stuck in the suit with him. And she's supposed to be helpful, but she's proven to be quite an aggravation.
Like all women.
And her name is Sally, and she keeps messing up here and there, and we get to find out why starting on page 11.
Like it. Damn it, Sally.
Yeah.
Why won't you spend more time with me? Now why won't you hug me when you go to sleep and you gotta move your arm when you're sleeping? Because I'm sleeping.
I told you I wanted the hand job feature. What the fuck?
Yeah.
God.
Well, the main thing is she's insanely jealous that she's not the one in control of this body. So she was somehow stuck.
Sounds like a woman.
She was stuck somehow on an internal drive that was not compatible or whatever to be able to inhabit the conscious part of this body. So she can't have the control, and it really drives her insane. And so she's driving him insane.
Got 6 AM holofoil chrome dog sticker. That's badass.
Nice.
6 AM. Got to have one of those 6 AM stickers. 100%.
Oh yeah.
Everybody, the link is below. I've seen a lot of people dropping the link. Halo Lore, a lot of our mods have dropped the link in the chat as well. Go out and check out Chrome Dog #1, Perfect Strangers. It's got 5 days left, and it's going in demand, right?
Yes. I've decided to keep the in demand up. I've told people in the past that it's like I'm not gonna go in demand, and now I'm like, I think I should. It's probably good.
Yeah, definitely. Always do it, unless you're mailing. Like mailing's the only guy that can not go in demand. In
60 days only.
I'm gonna burn the extra books.
I'm gonna burn the extra books. I'm gonna pollute the earth. Fuck them hippies.
Wait, there are 2 personalities in Chrome Dog. Yes.
So he's a single personality. Scratch that's what he goes by, Scratch, but he doesn't know his real name. And Sally is just a ride along, if you will. So she's just kind of like I guess you could say she's like the Cortana to Master Chief in the Halo series. I mean because I think Cortana's installed in his suit. Maybe I don't know how that works. I forgot how Halo works, but whatever.
Guys, we've been running for a little bit over an hour. This has been a great show. Great show, good conversation. The chat has been fantastic. Justin, thank you for hanging out.
Yeah.
Don't worry about being late. It's okay. I don't hold things personally.
We will for the other guy.
Yeah, the other guy, he's done. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We'll figure out. We'll get him back on the show sometime.
Oh, there was another guy. Okay.
There's always another guy.
There's always another person. But yeah, everybody go check out the link to Chrome Dog. Check it out. Give it a chance. At the very least, share it on social media. Word of mouth, like I always say, is a huge thing of just getting people to see it.
Yeah, it's great to meet you. Open invite anytime you want to come back.
Thanks.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
100%.
We can always just talk about other stuff. I mean,
other people.
Well,
remember that thing?
I love talking about other stuff.
Just other stuff. I might even.
That book was trash.
I might even show you. I could show you my hobby of doing needlepoint.
Nice
needlepoint embroidery. So by hand, which that's what I'm thinking about making my show about. But we'll see.
Man, that was a hell of an echo. A couple updates, guys. I'm getting some color pages in on the supplemental book, so that's looking great. Hopefully, I can start sharing some stuff on that and then get that up onto the campaign and have a supplemental launch here coming up. We'll figure that out, but stuff is looking really good. If you haven't yet, I did drop this teaser on Twitter today of my villain of the book, Vanessa, coming out in full glory. So if you haven't yet, please check that out. And back Reaper Destroyer, because you get to see her. All right, Sean.
Yes.
What do you have to say before we get the hell out?
Sign up for Type 1. It's going to be the greatest comic book. Better than Squirrel Girl. Not as good as the Bible. I posed a question. The Mayan calendar was supposed to end in December of 2012. That didn't happen. Why? We'll find out. And we're going to find out why the Anunnaki god Thoth came down to bestow the 9 Lords of the Night encapsulated in these orbs and why he sent armors to safeguard them. So we're going to be launching soon. I'm getting pages back from Dan Kemp sometime end of April. Then get the campaign ready to roll for sometime early summer. Kicking ass, action, adventure, sci-fi type of deal. And it's a lot of fun to draw. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm trying to throw a brick in your face. And it's going great. Thanks everybody for signs up. We're going strong. Everybody that promoted the sign up while I was out, y'all killed it. Y'all murdered it. God bless. Fucking awesome.
It's going.
I signed up and I also backed Joe's book, so I can't wait.
Thank you.
It's Type 1 is gonna be great. I can't wait for that to come out. And also, if you haven't yet, please check out and consider backing Reaper Destroyer. Trying to get up to that 900 backer mark. We're at 877. Action, sci-fi, fantasy, 90s kicking ass, dark hero art. Lots of action, lots of violence, fun story.
Heck yeah.
Check it out. Give it a chance. Great covers. All right, guys. That's as much promoting I'm going to do on the show. We are going to get out of here. I believe, as always, Bancroft is probably streaming right now, so go check him out. Go find a CG channel or channel in general. Get in the chats. Have some fun.
Back a book. Next week we're off on art and stuff.
Are we? Next week we're off on art and stuff.
Yeah, I'm going away. Like I told you.
That's right. You did tell me that. We're off on art and stuff next week. I forgot.
And you owe me $50.
I forgot that too. Shit. Well, damn. You're on a roll.
I know.
So I guess we'll be back Tuesday at 10 for appreciating comic book art. We're gonna be looking at some
Simone Bianchi.
His Wolverine run with Jeff Loeb. Very good. Very interesting art. Very yes. Come on in. Very interesting art.
I was going to say the worst thing in the world. Oh God! Don't be a menace to South Central. Just popped in. I'm going to hell. Let's end the show before I speak anymore.
10 o'clock right here on this channel. Appreciating comic art. Join me, Sean, and Kayla as we're looking at this Wolverine run.
And Mark and George.
Yes. We'll take some more nicknames for the titties. So we'll be back, and then Odd Stuff 2 weeks from now we have on some guests. I think. 2 weeks from now, we have Immortal Rising Comics. So check us out, 8 o'clock Thursdays from now. We'll see you next Tuesday, or this coming Tuesday.
And we'll have a topic that'll probably piss some more people off.
Always. Let's go.
2 weeks for that.
Controversial.
Bow.
All right, everybody.
Baby.
Take care of each other.
Boom.
Be good to one another. And as always, picture me naked. Talk to you
Spay
later.
and neuter your kids, please.